off in the woods by the farm. I'm going to do a little survival knife field testing. Walking through the upper pasture here by the farm. Gonna head over into the woods. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Whitetail Bushcraft. Today we're going to do the field test on the BK7 that we got from campingandsurvival.com. I'm not a real big batoning fan. I mean, I don't want to start a big argument or anything like that, but I would like to have a knife that's capable of doing that. And a lot more knife designers and knife manufacturers are gearing more and more towards that, to where a knife has that capability of batoning through wood. If I am going to baton through wood, I'm going to look at the wood, make sure it's not all full of knots. Why take a chance if that's your only tool? Why take a chance of busting? You know, you use your tool properly if possible. And I'm going to look for a good batoning stick, as if it was a tool. I want something about as long as my arm, something I can grip around real good, and nice and heavy. You know, something that you can put some oomph behind. But you want to look at this as a tool also and pick it wisely, so less chance of injuries, less chance of knife failure. So let's see how this thing does doing a little batoning. Some stiff wood. Nice thing is you got a lot of, I mean, that's a pretty big round piece, you know, probably 4 or 5 inches. But you got a lot of real estate with this thing to baton through, and you don't have to worry about too much with the handle. So definitely doing a pretty good job of batoning. And I definitely keep my hands completely out of the way. You're definitely able to get into this piece of wood and find yourself some dry wood, get some kindling going. Almost. And I don't like to twist the knife because I think that's another chance of failure. And I definitely keep my fingers completely away from the blade while I'm batoning. Getting into a knot there. No problem. Definitely no problem on batoning. But choose your baton wisely. And like I said, I choose my baton wisely. Sometimes I'll choose a smaller baton tool when I'm doing smaller woodwork. Definitely a great tool for breaking down kindling, getting them small pieces so you can get into the dry stuff. Getting into a little bit of a knot there. And I don't chop when I get down to these small pieces. More chances of getting injured. And if you're in a survival situation, that's the last thing you want to do. All in all, one hell of a beast for batoning. Definitely got into some good dry wood. After all that batoning, definitely edge looks nice. And like I say, this is sharpened right out of the box. I did not touch the edge at all. Definitely seems pretty good for doing smaller camp chores, or if you were trying to make a figure 4 trap. I was able to dovetail this pretty easily. Definitely good for processing wood down and doing some feather sticks. Try to get you more in the shade here. I did take off some of the coating so I'd be able to use this with a fire steel. You can see, definitely throws the sparks. No problem, just taking that little bit off. Mix a little feather sticks together, a little thistle duff. Mix a little birch bark together. We got us a nice easy fire. Definitely a fire maker. After all that batoning and lighting fires, still able to carve a nice sharp point, no problem. Holds an edge very well. There's my phone. If you want to make a hand spindle, or using it to make a V for a bow drill. Check out and see how this bad boy does on chopping. Seems like a pretty good chopper if you didn't have an axe. Choke down on my lanyard. It does with that notch right here, the way this handle's made and designed, kind of gets you that swing a little better. And also, don't be afraid of using a baton. Get in a little more, using less calories, using that same V cut. I'd say it's a pretty good chopper too. You never know what kind of situation you could be in. When I'm looking for a survival knife, I also wanted one that could be tactical, because a survival situation could end up being tactical. I'd say that thing's definitely tactical. Right into that bag. Handle deep. And I'm not one to make a spear out of my knife, because why throw away your best asset? So if I want to use it tactical, it's going to be in my hand at all times. I mean, it just tears up that. Kind of want to give you a comparison. Right, here's the Camillus. Got a custom Kydex sheath with it. Clip point's been sharpened, so this one has been customized. So it's kind of not much real estate there at all for batoning into big wood. And then I went with this Gerber LMF 2 originally. It's a sexy knife. I mean, very sexy knife. Great sheath. I think the best part of this knife is the sheath. All this serrated edge here, I got about that much blade. So, and if you baton these, it tears them up. I like the grip of this handle, but it does tear them up. And you can see very little space for doing tasks. I'm just not a serrated edge guy. And then to show you the difference, I mean, look at that, all knife edge right here, plenty of real estate. I tend to like military knives just because you think they're going to last a long time, but in this case I was looking for a survival knife, and this one also can be tactical in a survival situation. You never know. Just to give you a little comparison. All in all, guys, I think it's going to be a great survival knife if you was a one-tool option. I mean, definitely if I was going to be chopping wood up, I'm going to use an axe if I'm camping or bushcrafting or just having fun in the woods. But I'm testing this knife out, the BK7, as a survival knife. Something that can still be tactical, something that could be doing camp chores. You can still skin game with it. That's what I was looking for when I acquired this knife, and so far we've been putting it through the test, and it seems to be doing a good job. Seems to be able to do small camp chores. We can definitely make bow drills with it. We can make feather sticks. It's great for batoning, to get into that dry wood, great for chopping. So far, all in all, I think it's going to be a great survival knife, and this is going to be an ongoing series of field testing this. So definitely go out and check campingsurvival.com where I got this. There's a lot of other products you might be interested in. And like I say, we're going to keep this as an ongoing series, and we'll really put this thing through the test. I'm definitely looking for a Kydex sheath, so if you guys know anybody out there looking for that common man price, let me know. Leave a comment below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Son, it just don't get no better than